just like I need another project. But Miss Wonderful wants for the ducks, wants something better of a pool than having, we've got those, they're pet pools, but you have to dump it all the time, and I have to dump it all the time. Every day you have to dump it. And so we got this as a 125 gallon, got it at Lowe's. It wasn't too bad. It was, I forget what it was, $122, I think it was. So less than $1 a gallon. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drain in it. So I've got all the parts. I've got a 2-inch ball valve. That's a regular shower drain. That's what you would put in a shower, in a fiberglass shower. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put the ball valve in that box so it can be turned. And then I'm not going to dig this totally down in the ground. I'm going to build it up. I don't have enough fall over there to be able to bury the whole thing. So I'm going to just lift it a little bit and then go around it. So if I can bury it a little bit, I will, but we'll see when I get it out there. But so I'm going to get this put in, and I'm going to let the silicone sit overnight just so it dries. And it's hard, but you really don't even need one, but I always use it. Better safe than sorry. All right, so we pulled the fence back a little bit because we're going to change the configuration of it. It doesn't need to be way out there, and these pools are going to go, and that pen is going to come out. So we're going to make more room over here. This has a little bit of fall this way for the draining purpose. So I'm going to get the little mower out. I'm going to cut the rest get all this out of here. Sand spurs are starting to grow as well, so I'll get those cut up. And then we are going to figure out where we're going to place this and how much fill I'm going to need to raise it. This is from Home Depot. You can get it anywhere, but it's just the this is an Oatly, but there's other brands, but this is the most popular one. Of course, it's made in China. But so it's basically, that's the screen, and these are the parts. So you got a rubber gasket, and this part is just something to go between the nut and the rubber, because you won't be able to turn the nut if you didn't have this. So that's what that's for. But I'll show you when I get to it. All right. So here are the tools that is needed. Caulk gun. I like to use GE waterproof silicone. I like theirs a lot. 3.5-inch hole saw. Strainer, nut, wrench. You don't really need that, but if you have it, it makes it easier. So this is the end I chose to put it. I want to put it on one end, not in the middle, so that I can pitch the whole thing a little bit so everything will run to the end here. So that looks good. No need to measure. I have a pretty good eye anyway. That's it, drill the hole. Then what I like to do is take some rubbing alcohol and just clean off the area where the silicone is going to go, just in case there's any residue of some sort of oil that will not let it stick. This is it, the plastic itself is fairly coarse, so it's good. That's good for the silicone going into it. So again, the silicone will go on this portion, on the actual drain. You'll push it in. Then this part will go here, like that. And again, you need this part to be on top, because when you spin this, otherwise it won't want to spin on the rubber. So that's what that, I don't know what you want to call that. It's like it's a gasket, but it's more like gasket material rather than rubber. So that will allow this to turn, so you can put it in. So just around there, this is where a helper would come in handy. Lean against. All right, I'm gonna have to readjust the camera. All right, I also put a layer of silicone around the back side as well. See, this is the hard part, is holding both of them at the same time. The other layer of silicone on this side also aids in holding it in place. So this is where the hard part comes into. Let me bring the camera around and just show you. It's on a tripod, sorry. So that's what it looks like. So you just have to tighten that up, and that's what they've got these little lugs on there for the basin wrench to grab onto. But you really got to hold both sides while you're tightening it up so it doesn't spin. So let's see how well I can do that. And in the pack, I should have showed this before. They give you a little device to stop the main body from spinning. Of course, they got it all taped up. But you put this in here. There's a notch, a couple of notches in there. And you put a screwdriver in that hole, and you bang into it and you knock it over, so then you have to do it again. So that's the way to do it. Because make sure you do it in the most tightly area that you have. Not that I have any open spaces, because I haven't bothered to ever get this organized. But like I said, if you have two people, so this is where the basin wrench will come into. So you push that in, that will hold it. Can't see a thing over here. There we go. Should have Miss Wonderful come, but she's working with the ducks. We have one sick duck. Don't know exactly what's wrong with him. One of his legs doesn't work. It was probably a vitamin deficiency from when we first got him. But that's it. that's everything. And then on this, just smear that around just so there's no lip, and that'll give it a tight seal. And like I said, I'm not going to put this into, take that piece out, don't need that anymore. And I'll also do the same on the back side, which I'll show you after. In theory, you don't really need the caulk, but I don't like theories, I like actualities. So that's it. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. All right, so there's a close-up of the inside. Like I said, once that's set up, and there's a grate that goes over that. And then on this side, there's the back side. So once that sets up, that won't move. And this is a regular street fitting, so once I know which direction I want the pipe to go, then I will glue in a street 90, which is, this is what it means by a street fitting, is one that fits inside another one without a coupler. So this is a coupler, and that's a street fitting. If you had just a regular 90 where it had a bell on both sides, you'd have to put a piece of pipe. You'd have to cut a piece of pipe in here. And if you do that, it's the rule of thumb is if it's a 2-inch pipe, you use a 2-inch piece of pipe. That way they'll touch each other. And if it's a 3-inch, it's 3-inch, so on, 1.5 inches. You know, so you just double, you know, it's the size of the pipe. So anyway, so that's that. I'm just gonna let that dry. And like I said, this is a box. These are very nice. So the valve won't get in the dirt. Let's see if I can. So this valve will be in there like that. So this way no dirt will get on it, and you can just reach in. And all right, I'll show that when I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna let this dry today, and I'll show you the rest later. All right, so we pulled the fence back a little bit because we're gonna change the configuration of it. It doesn't need to be way out there, and these pools are gonna go, and that pen is gonna come out. So we're gonna make more room over here. This has a little bit of fall this way for the draining purpose. So I'm gonna get the little mower out. I'm gonna cut the rest of, get all this out of here. Sand spurs are starting to grow as well, so I'll get those cut up. And then we are going to figure out where we're gonna place this and how much fill I'm gonna need to raise it. All right, so I've got the street 90 in the direction it needs to go, just so I could get the height of how much dirt I need to put on the bottom, and then I will connect the pipe and all that. But I've roughly laid it out in the direction it's going. The outline, it's going to need a good bit of dirt all around it for a ramp, and that's the direction that the water drain will head, in that vicinity. So I'm gonna go get the skid steer and go get some material and get most of it in here anyway of what I need, and the rest of it I'll have to do by hand. All right, so right here, I'm going to get the measurement for the shutoff, which is in there. This will be 39. So we need a 39, and then we need a discharge out. Which can be the rest of the pipe, actually. So that'll be fine. All right, so now for the valve. It's far enough downstream, so the water will run right out. This is medium hot lava, which is very good for this application. Dries very quickly and is very forgiving for dirt and that kind of thing. And that will not take very long at all to be able to put into action. All right, so there's your connection coming out. Coming into this utility box, you got your ball valve. That'll all be covered out and running out to daylight, which can run out wherever it wants to right there. So I'm just going to let this dry for 10 minutes, fill this up with water halfway so it doesn't move, and then backfill around it. All right, so this is how it works. That will fill up and we will put the strainer in there, but not now. And I have it pitched this direction, so that will fill up. That water will be in the pipe from there to there. And then when you let it rip, turn that, out it will come. Now we got to try to get them to find it. Give them some frozen peas, which they love, but they're a little leery. Come on, duckies. Come on. I think you can, but you can't. Let's see if he sees it. Oh. Oh. I don't know. It looks like water. Tastes like water. Oh, it feels like water. Well, they're on the roads to ruins. Oh, I can go that way. Yeah. Yeah, you look pretty good. I don't know if you have a green head yet or not, but I don't care. Whoa, whoa.
I told you.
I'm thinking they might think they could fly. Or they might be able to fly.
Well, they can't fly. That's the size they can get. Look at Ducky. He's a bad boy in there. Don't eat the poison ivy.
Their favorite treat. Well, I guess they know where it is now.
Yep.
Diving ducks. Look at him, he's under still. Didn't come up yet. Watch, he'll knock the other two out when he comes up. Hi, Ducky. You're welcome. Look at him. There he goes.
He doesn't care. That's a boy. Ducky, that's a boy. Leave him alone.
All right, so here we are, end of project. So I ended up getting 30 feet, so 30 feet times 12 foot wide pieces of carpet, like fake grass, from Lowe's. It was about 250 bucks. Some staples from the matting that we picked up the other day, the erosion matting. So I've got those in. So it looks really good. They won't be tracking in as much dirt. As you can see, some of that I threw in when I was doing it, but the ducks were making a mess. So as you saw, I've got my drain here, right there, and I even have a turning handle for it right there, so you don't have to bend down, and it's easier to turn. So that's in. This side is, they don't go on this side, but that's just so that we don't get mud everywhere. All right, and when I talked to my friends at Vever about making this pool for the ducks, and I asked them, I saw this online and I saw they had this, and I asked if they would send it to me so that I could do a review on it, because I have a feeling with all the ducks' feathers and stuff that's going to go down in there. I didn't put the grate in the bottom of the drain because I want it, otherwise it'll be covered every time. So inevitably something is going to go down into the drain. So with this, you just pull it out, lock that shut, you can put it right down in like that, and then turn it, and in turn that's turning it down in there. You can even put a drill on it. It has a little nipple here that you can put a drill on it. So that is going to come in handy. So I'll put a link in the description for this, and I believe they're going to have a discount for it as well. So look in the description for that. So thanks to them for sending that out. And so that's it. Oh, and we put pavers. We did the whole inside of the cage with pavers. So I'm gonna let them out, and Wendy can video. You can watch them go in the pool. Come on, duckies. Come on, duckies.
Come on, duckies.
Come on, duckies. Go ahead. Come on, duckies.
You have to get out of the way.
Come on, duckies. Come on. Come on, duckies. Come on, duckies.
Come on, duckies.
Come on. Typical.
Come on, ducks. Come on, my duckies. You want peas? Who wants peas? Come on. Come on, duckies. Come on. Come on, you. They love their pool. They're like, what's happening here? What'd you do? What'd you do? Hi, duckies. What scared him?
Can't fly. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing, but you're not going to go anywhere.
Something scared him.
Come on, I spent a lot of time on that. Better go in. There you go. There you go. See, the ruins aren't afraid. Sure, now the sun goes in. Well, I guess it's a hit. As usual, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.